If you can hear banging throughout this video, I thoroughly apologize. I don't know what they're hammering around here. To say that I am extremely excited to get out of apartments is an understatement. I've been looking at houses again in that whole shebang, but you can follow me over on my other channel because I plan on talking about that over there. If you guys would like to hear more about it, go ahead. Or also on Twitter, because I'll definitely be complaining about things on my Twitter. I got a new one, so if you guys would like to follow me, that'd be great. I asked you guys on my community tab if you wanted to hear about the Vanderpump Rules drama. I wasn't sure if it was something that you guys would be interested in, but I was very surprised to see that there's quite a lot of you that wanted me to talk about this. To say that I am so thrilled about that is an understatement, because Vanderpump Rules has a very special place in my heart because I binge watched the entire series. It was the first time I ever watched it while I was pregnant with my son. The whole time I was pregnant, I did nothing but watch that and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I was extremely productive. So the whole series is extremely fresh to me. I remember all of the drama and everything that happened with all of the people involved in this situation that we're going to be talking about today. So it's all very fresh. So maybe I'm able to bring up some things that haven't been being talked about in other videos that make this even worse, if it possibly could get even worse. If you guys have never heard about this, this is probably the worst cheating scandal that I've ever heard of. The lengths that they went, how long they were doing it, and the weird little things that they were doing right in front of everybody and nobody noticed. All of the people involved, they're kind of like this tangled web of a bunch of cheaters, and I'll give some of them a little bit of slack because when a lot of these people cheated, they were like in their early 20s. It doesn't make it any better, but when you're younger, sometimes you are stupid. I feel like as you age, when you're in your 30s and you own houses with people and you've been with them for almost a decade, you probably shouldn't cheat on them or have 7-month-long affairs like what we're going to be talking about in this video. If you guys think that you're not interested in this topic, keep watching. I assure you, you're going to end up getting interested in it as we continue. Before I tell you guys all about this cheating scandal, we need to back up. For those of you who don't know what Vanderpump Rules is and who don't know the people that we're going to be talking about, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of their backstory and who cheated on who, because there's a lot, and I mean a lot, of cheating that goes on in this friend group. Vanderpump Rules is a reality TV series based around a bunch of employees working at Lisa Vanderpump's restaurant, Sir. The show is a spinoff of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. In the 10 seasons of Vanderpump Rules, we meet a bunch of people who come and go, but the only ones that you need to hear about to understand the context to this situation are as follows. Tom Sandoval, the cheater, was dating Kristen Dowdy, who he ended up cheating on with Ariana. Tom and Kristen broke up, and then Tom began dating Ariana. Tom later found out that Kristen had hooked up with his friend on their couch while they were still dating, and later punches Jax with a cheap shot once he finds out.
I'm just wondering, like, you don't ever, like, feel anything. You ever feel this? Oh my god! Oh my god!
Tom makes this huge deal out of the cheating and talks about how messed up it is to do that to somebody. How ironic. Raquel was dating James, who cheated on her with Lala. Raquel is upset this new season because when her and James broke up, he started dating this new girl, Allie, in only 3 weeks. She makes comments about how he moved on really quickly and that she feels like a big sister to Allie, hoping that he doesn't turn around and do the same thing that he did to her, aka cheating on Allie. She's also upset that Lala cheated with James. The whole thing is extremely hypocritical. Now, Tom Schwartz is Tom Sandoval's best friend and was married to Katie. Tom Schwartz and Katie later get divorced, and in the new season, rumors began circulating that Raquel and Tom Schwartz had been making out at Coachella, but Tom Schwartz was never at Coachella. It's alleged that this entire plot line was Tom Sandoval and Raquel trying to throw people off that she was really making out at Coachella with Tom Sandoval. So Tom and Ariana have been together for, like, I've been hearing mixed things. Some people have said 8 years, some people have said 9 years. So I'm just gonna say almost a decade. They're an established couple, okay? They own a house together. They are like basically married. Like when somebody's been together that long, I'm like, it's basically just legal papers that you don't have saying you're married at this point because you're pretty like this. You know what I'm saying? They're like an established couple. They've been on the series as an established couple since I think 2014. So Tom Sandoval has this cover band called Tom Sandoval and the most extras. When his girlfriend Ariana found out about him cheating, it was actually at one of his shows. So he's performing, right? And there's actually a clip of her where she's giving them a standing ovation, so she clearly had not come across the situation yet. One of the things that I heard was that Tom's phone came out of his pocket or something. I'm not sure, but somehow Ariana got a hold of Tom's phone.
On this is true. Ariana did not interrupt the show at all. She was actually so happy and vibing completely the entire time, and she even gave a standing ovation, which you can see right here. She loved the entire performance. It wasn't until after that she went to the bathroom, saw what was on Sandoval's phone, came barging out of the bathroom, and then was saying something about Tom's phone that people could overhear. My friends and I overheard her saying something about Tom's phone. So she did not interrupt the performance. It was after the performance. And then they left pretty soon after the performance. They were out of there maybe 20 minutes after he stopped performing. So it went down after the performance.
And on his phone, he had received a FaceTime recording that he had recorded where he was on FaceTime with Raquel while she was doing things to herself. Okay, so they're at one of Tom's shows and Ariana sees this video. She sends it to herself. She knew that Sheena was currently with Raquel because they were filming PR for the new season of Vanderpump Rules. So Ariana sends the video of Raquel doing that to Sheena, who then allegedly punched Raquel in the face. TMZ obtained documents where it details that Sheena allegedly shoved Raquel against a brick wall and then punched her in her left eye. And then Raquel apparently sold photos of her injuries to the tabloids. It says that Raquel included photos of her bruised eye and cut face in her court filing. She's also afraid this could happen again. She claims that coworkers are telling her Sheena doesn't regret the physical attack on me and would do it again if she found out that further emotional distress was caused to our mutual friend. Now, Raquel has apparently filed a restraining order against Sheena and also mentioned the physical assault in her apology that I will be reading to you guys a little bit later on because that just came out and I've got some things to say about that. It's probably going down in history as one of the worst apologies I've ever heard, and I'll tell you guys why. She has now filed a restraining order against Sheena. It says that Raquel has also sent a legal notice to her castmates warning them not to share the recording of an intimate FaceTime session with Tom Sandoval, which was the video Maddox discovered on his phone. Letters were also sent to Sandoval and Maddox respectfully. The video in question was a FaceTime call between Tom and Raquel. It had been screen recorded by Tom. When Ariana found it on Tom's phone, she recorded it and sent it to herself. In the legal notice viewed by People, Levis' attorney claimed the video was recorded illegally and without the permission of the reality star. A letter addressed to Sandoval describes him as the person who allegedly recorded it. Reality star's lawyers ordered that anyone who has access to the recording delete it from their phones, the cloud, or any other manner or method in which the recording may exist. The attorneys also demanded to be informed of all people to whom you have forwarded this recording or who you may have allowed to view this recording. In Maddox's letter, lawyers noted that they appreciate the distress that this may have caused you. It is illegal to re-record the footage and could expose her to criminal and civil penalties. According to the lawyers, the distribution of the video would be a violation of California law, which makes it illegal to disseminate non-consensual pornography. This would include forwarding the recording to another person, even if only to one other person. The letter concluded with a warning to the Vanderpump Rules cast stating, "This matter should be taken very seriously." I do agree that the video of Raquel shouldn't be, leaked or shared to anybody, because as awful as it is that they did that to Ariana, that's not something that I feel like, should be flashed around everywhere because it's not consensual. But I will say this, it's awful that she not only was a part of this affair with Tom, but she's now threatening this girl that just got cheated on, okay? That she was the other girl in the relationship. Tom and Raquel have been allegedly having this affair for 7 months. This was not a situation where it was a one and done, two and done, which would still be awful. This is something that they continuously did and got away with for 7 months. That's over half a year. That is a really, really long time. That tells me that they were enjoying the fact that it was their little secret and that it was part of the enjoyment for them. And I can tell you this right now that the cat's out of the bag and apparently they're claiming they're in love and everything, I don't think that they realize that the type of enjoyment that they were getting out of this situation is no longer going to be the same type of enjoyment. It's not going to be like, oh, we're sneaking around, we have all this adrenaline, how exciting. Now the whole world essentially hates you because what you guys did was terrible. And I don't think it's going to have the same exciting effect that it had. Like, Raquel, here's my message to you, honey. Wait until Tom is off with his band, Tom Sandoval and the Most Extras, and maybe sometimes you can't go. How are you going to feel when he's gone without you? Are you going to be suddenly thinking about the fact that he not only cheated on Ariana, but he cheated on his girlfriend before Ariana with another girl? And if you look at his track record, he doesn't take breaks in between girls. He doesn't know how to end a relationship before he moves on to the next one. He's one of those people that finds somebody else before he moves on to the next one. So I don't think Raquel realizes this yet, that he's going to end up probably doing the exact same thing to her. Is she going to be able to trust him knowing that this is literally what he does? This is not something that he did, a one and done thing. This is what he does. He fools around with somebody behind the person that he's with's back. That's what he does. If they plan on staying together, the way that their relationship got started is so toxic that I just see it crumbling and falling and crashing and burning and all of the bad things. This is going to end up in a disaster, and I think they're lying to themselves if they think it's not. Maybe years down the road, but it will probably end up happening. Like, the second that Tom gets bored with her, he's going to go to the next girl that's not boring. Now, here's where this gets darker to me, okay? To make this even worse, Raquel's not just this random person. Raquel and Ariana are super close. I just watched this PR that they had done where they were in an interview with Chicks in the Office, I believe that the YouTube channel name is, and they were on this podcast and they were asking questions where Raquel basically said that Ariana and Sheena were her closest friends and the people that were there for her the most.
Honestly, Ariana and Sheena were the ones that really embraced me into this group and have been there for me since day one. So, like, I know who my true friends are.
Right. She literally had just said that while having a 7-month-long affair with her closest friend, the girl that's been there for her the most, boyfriend. Like, you cannot get any more disgusting than that. And on top of that, they were all hanging out together. Like, the amount of times that Ariana and Raquel and Tom were in the same vicinity, were hanging out, and they had this weird thing where Tom and Raquel would wear these lightning bolt necklaces. There was like a signal to each other when they, couldn't be out in the open about what they were doing. It was like a little, I don't even know how to describe it. It's very bizarre. It's like they almost were like getting off on wearing this necklace that was saying, hey, like, we got this thing going on and we're doing it right in front of everybody and nobody knows. It was like their weird little thing that they did. So you can actually see Tom wearing it in the new season. You can see him wearing the lightning bolt necklace in photos. And then you can go back and you can see Raquel wearing this lightning bolt in pictures with Ariana and Tom hanging out with them. And that lightning bolt, it might seem like just a necklace, but no, that lightning bolt was their affair. That was their signal to their affair that they were having right in front of everybody's face, including Ariana. It's disgusting. There's this picture from when they were all apparently in Vegas together where Raquel is wearing her lightning bolt necklace and she puts a lightning bolt emoji in the caption of the Instagram post. It says something about Harley Quinn falling in love with the Joker. There were so many hints that was just right in front of everybody's faces and nobody noticed it. Like this clip right here, look how Raquel looks at him.
So proud of you. Congratulations.
Congrats, man.
Did everything you thought it would be, Raquel?
Everything and more.
Look how she's looking at him in this clip. You would think that they were together based on that face that she made when she was staring at him. And nobody noticed it? And it gets even worse. So Raquel has apparently stayed the night, I don't know how many times, at Tom and Ariana's house, the home that they both own together. Raquel, the woman that Tom was having an affair with, stayed in their home. And apparently Ariana had actually walked in on Tom leaving Raquel's room. She was staying in the guest room and he was in there. Ariana caught him leaving and he claimed that he was just giving her a glass of water. And then get this, on Halloween, Tom Sandoval dressed up as the other woman. He dressed up as Raquel for Halloween. In the middle of their affair, there is footage of him with Ariana and Raquel, and he's dressed as Raquel, the girl he's cheating on his girlfriend with for Halloween.
I ran into. It's Raquel from BravoCon day 3. Oh my god. Wow, Raquel, I can't believe you would freaking wear that sweatshirt.
What I want.
Ariana, are you gonna make a toast?
I'd like to announce that I'm going to kill everyone tonight.
I don't know why, but Schwartz really wanted me to wear this tonight. I don't know. I don't know why he wanted me to wear this, but he said he wanted me to wear it, so I'm wearing it for him.
Where is he?
Somewhere. I don't know. Find out. Sorry. Shot. Cheers.
Like, they were literally taunting Ariana in front of her face and she didn't even know it. And I found this, and I have to point this out because I have seen girls like this before. I have unfortunately encountered girls like this before where they get a thing for your man and they start mimicking the things that you're doing. And this may seem like a really small thing to some people and not that big of a deal, but when you're on the receiving end of this kind of behavior of somebody that is trying to mimic you, do what you're doing, this, that, and the other, and they have a thing for the partner that you're with or had a thing or whatever it may be, if it's an ex, whoever it is, it goes deeper than them just outfit mimicking this, that, and the other, being inspired by what you're wearing. It comes off like they want your life. They want to be with the person that you're with and they want to be like you. I found this picture, I believe it was on Tom Sandoval's Instagram page, where Ariana is wearing this very specific pink outfit. It's got like fluffy pink froofy things and it's got like this like mesh skirt and it looks like she's wearing like underwear or like bathing suit bottoms or a bodysuit or something underneath it. This is a very specific type of outfit, okay? When I was looking through Raquel's photos, she posted herself wearing almost the same exact outfit. I know it's not the same one, I get that, but girls, if you know, you know. It's got the mesh skirt, she's wearing the bodysuit underneath it, it's got the pink fluffy things, and she posted it on Valentine's Day, and Tom liked it. You guys, it makes me sick. Like, it's so disgusting. Like, she literally looked at these pictures of Tom and Ariana together and was like, oh, I feel bad for her because she's incredibly insecure. Obviously, she screams insecurity. She's one of those girls that I feel like, and this is going to sound mean, but I'm just going to say it like it is, that finds some sort of self-importance or confidence in feeling like they can steal somebody else's partner. Like, if they can get in the way of somebody else's established relationship and be the one that gets chosen, that must mean that there's something good about them and they're better than that person. And that's exactly what she did. She's one of those girls. Tom having this affair on Ariana with Raquel gave Raquel the confidence that she needed because it made her feel like she was better than her. And that's fucking gross. If you have to be the other woman to feel some sort of confidence in yourself, you're looking in the wrong places. And, you know, we should all kind of feel sorry for her because in the end, she's going to end up in the same place that Ariana is, just you wait. And like I said, it may be in a couple months, it may be in 10 years, but Tom will most likely do the exact same thing to her because why not? He's done it to other women. Why wouldn't he do it to her? And whenever it's not super exciting anymore, or maybe when they start having real relationship issues and it's not just them sneaking around and her being the exciting other woman, maybe that's when she's going to realize that. Because there is a big difference in being the other woman, the one that the man's having an affair with, and being in an established relationship where you know how to communicate, where you live together, where you get in arguments and learn how to fix them and learn how to repair them and learn how to move on and learn and love and grow. There's a big difference in that life and the one that they've been doing. So I've heard rumors that they're claiming that they're in love. They don't know anything about what they are yet, because what they've been doing has been the complete wrong thing to do. This situation is such a unique scandal because there has been PR that has been being filmed like right before this came out, because the new season of Vanderpump Rules aired like 3 or 4 weeks ago now. Tom Schwartz and Tom Sandoval have gone out and done PR, and then Sheena and Raquel have done PR, and the hypocrisy in Raquel is astounding. Like, not only in the show where like there's like clips of her where she's talking about how awful it was that James, her ex, moved on so quickly. He got with somebody 3 weeks after her and him split. You and Tom didn't give Ariana 3 weeks. You didn't even give her 3 weeks before you guys started doing what you're doing. You just did it while she was there, right in front of her face, and enjoyed it. And I watched this podcast where she was talking about how, like I said, Ariana was one of her closest friends. She made these comments about how she's changed because she stopped giving a crap what anybody thinks and that she's just doing her and living her life.
I feel like I've finally been able to come into my own, and a big part of that is due to not being a people pleaser anymore, and kind of just putting my needs first and figuring out who I am, a lot of self-reflection. And just like I'm embracing this single life.
And knowing that what that message she's sending there actually entails is her not caring about anybody except for the person that she was screwing around with is awful, now that you know the context to her saying that. And then when they asked her if she's dating, her face says it all. She was stumbling over her words. She didn't know how to answer the question. She wasn't prepared for it.
I'm continuing this journey of finding myself and reflecting on who I am as a person, which includes journaling, meditating, listening to self-help books. I just finished listening to this book on Audible called How to Be Single. And it was like the quickest I've ever finished a book. I was like, wow, like this is so good. I'm just embracing the single life and focusing on myself.
So does that mean you're not dating?
I mean, I'm not opposed to dating, but like I'm dating myself, you know?
Yeah.
Good. And then the podcast that she was in, the two girls that were interviewing them ended up doing another one after, and they're like, she blatantly lied to our faces. Like, she straight up lied. And they also said that when Raquel was sitting there, she was shaking the whole time. You know why? Because she knew that this was going on and was just waiting on a question to be asked that she didn't quite know how to answer, or waiting on, you know, a bomb to be dropped, because they had to know deep down that there was a chance this was going to come out. So the fact that she was like shaking the whole time and acting nervous, not to mention, let's get into this hot mess. So Tom Sandoval's best friend is Tom Schwartz, and they were on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, and they were playing this game where they had to see who agreed or disagreed, and they were trying to like see if they both had the same answers to the questions. And one of them was pertaining to Tom Schwartz and if he was going to like move on or ever get married again, or if he had his eye on anybody in Bravo. And you can see Tom Schwartz look over at Tom Sandoval before he answers this question. Like, he's like, I don't really know how to answer this.
You have your eye on anyone in the Bravo sphere?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. It's anticlimactic. But Tom,
Do I? I don't know, dude. Why are you asking me, anyway, man? I know.
The way that he responded in this situation looks like somebody who was like, am I supposed to still keep this whole rumor going that me and Raquel have a thing going on? And he was looking to Tom for approval. Because as I said, in this season, like it's been this deflection from what Tom and Raquel have been doing this whole time, where they've been trying to spin the narrative that Tom Schwartz and Raquel have this thing going on at Katie's expense. Like this has been affecting her, that one of her friends is supposedly making out with and in a relationship with her ex, when that isn't even true. Tom Schwartz was a deterrent. He was somebody that they were like willing to throw under the bus to protect the affair that they were having. And there is a lot of people that's mad at Tom. You know, he's got his own things, but I will say this, I don't think that we should be distracted from the actual issue. I think it's awful that Tom Sandoval not only had a 7-month-long affair on his long-term, basically married to girlfriend's friend, that's literally her friend, somebody that said that she was so good to her and helped her through so much. He not only did that, but he's willing to make his best friend look bad and to create a lie surrounding his best friend to protect himself. If that doesn't show you what a garbage human being Tom is, I don't know what will. That is awful. He not only screwed over his long-term girlfriend, but he screwed over his best friend. And I think some people who were going after Tom Schwartz are forgetting that. Now, do I think that if Tom knew, he should have said something? Absolutely. But like, the fact that they were willing to put people in these horrible positions pisses me off. And for what? For what? You could have split up with Ariana if you weren't happy with her before you did this, and then you guys could have went and had a relationship. What was the purpose of this? So I do think, based off of this clip of Tom Schwartz and Tom Sandoval, I do think that Tom Schwartz knew. I don't know how long he knew, but I think that he knew. But I also think that the heat is a little bit misguided. So after all of this came out, the night that it got leaked that he did this, he was playing a show, and in the audience he's getting booed. Somebody yells Ariana, and he makes this comment about how we love her, and you could just see that he's like, oh my god, I need to finish this show and get off this stage.
Thank you guys. Y'all amazing. We love her.
Maybe that was his first moment of realizing how huge this was going to be. Like, you can't even perform with your band anymore without having stuff like this being screamed at you. Not to mention the embarrassment that that is for the bandmates. Didn't think about those people. Didn't think about how that affected them either. I saw a tweet on Twitter where somebody who lives in that neighborhood said that there were literal helicopters of paparazzi like flying over their house. Can you imagine being Ariana? Can you imagine being her, and you just got cheated on by the person that you're in love with and you share a life with it? You know Tom knows everything about her, her deepest and darkest thoughts and her most vulnerable place. That's how it is when you're in a relationship. That person's your best friend. They know everything about you. To have him do what he did to her, and then not only was it a 7-month-long affair with one of her close friends, but now she's got freaking helicopters flying over her house and she can't even walk outside without paparazzi taking pictures of her. Can you imagine like how angry you would be? Like, I am surprised she didn't end Tom Sandoval. Not to mention, I don't like paparazzi photos. These things like just really piss me off. But I'm going to show them just these ones for the sole purpose of, look at Tom's face in this picture. He is smiling. This was after everything came out and Ariana found out about it and he just got back to their house. He is smiling in this picture. And then look at her. She literally was running out of the house and didn't even get her shoes put on her feet, trying to like get away from him. And he's out here smiling like that. Now, Tom's first statement about this was there was nothing he said in it about Ariana at all. No public apology to her. And I have seen people say like, that doesn't matter. The most important thing is that she got an apology, which I do believe is the truth. But also at the same time, when you're a public figure, you're on TV, you have almost 1 million followers on your Instagram, and everybody knows that you just cheated on this woman and you're having an affair on her with one of her close friends. You would think he would have said something about her in this. This whole post that he made was literally about don't send hate towards Tom Schwartz and don't try and destroy my restaurant business, because I forgot to mention they got two businesses. They got Tom Tom and Schwartz and Sandy's, okay? And people have been review bombing this place because of what he did, which I don't agree with that. I don't think that you should go and review bomb a place that you've never eaten at, that you didn't actually have a bad experience at. I get that you don't want to, you know, put money in the pockets of the person who did this to her, but there's like so many other people involved. Like, I guarantee you that the two Toms' involvement in these places is actually the bare minimum in comparison to the people who work there and who keep the place running. So when people review bomb, like, I get why they're doing it, but I don't think that it's right, and I don't think that that's the way that you should do it. But also, with that being said, Tom only caring about his business was just the most Tom thing that I have seen in a hot minute. Like, do you guys remember that episode where it was Ariana's birthday and Tom wanted to go like bulldoze stuff and leave her on her birthday, and he was like, you know, I'll always be there for you, this, that, and the other, but like, I want to go like tear some shit up. Do you guys remember that clip?
I'm always gonna be here for you. But apparently he told me that we're going to a construction yard and we're taking bulldozers and like crushing shit with bulldozers.
He's so selfish and also so incredibly opinionated on other people cheating and getting cheated on, yet look what he did multiple times to multiple different women. I want to bring a little bit of attention to this before we continue. There are rumors that he also cheated on Ariana with this girl named Julie, and I want to say this. I heard that the source of this has been known to edit like messages and stuff like that, so I'm gonna just put that fully transparent here. But that dude's claiming that he cheated with this girl named Julie and forced her to have an abortion. The only reason why I'm mentioning that is because earlier on in another season, there was this girl who showed up. She literally flew there to confront Tom for cheating on Ariana. And to be honest with you, after all this came out, I believe her. And maybe Ariana kind of did too. Maybe she chose to forgive Tom, to let it go. I don't really know, but I am really curious how much Tom has actually done this. After watching the show, like, all the men on here just protect each other when they cheat, and they're all cheating on everybody, and they're all just like keeping their mouths shut because when they're all doing it, they don't want to be outed for doing it, so they're going to protect each other so that their shit doesn't get out there. So all of the Bravo cameras have showed up at Ariana and Tom's place. They apparently filmed a conversation with them, and they apparently filmed Tom and Raquel at Raquel's apartment, so they're on it. And I've seen people, you know, be like, wow, that's wild that they allowed them to film this. There's probably something in their contracts. I'm not 100% about this, but like, I've had to do contracts for sponsors and stuff like that, and they're very detailed and very, very specific. So I would assume, and I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, if you've ever been on a reality TV show, let me know, but I'm assuming this type of show may have something in the contract that if anything big happens in their life, like a life moment, like a breakup or a death, or, you know, if something big happens, that they may be required to talk about it on camera. I'm not entirely sure, but I have a hard time believing that they were all just willing to get on screen immediately after this and talk about it with it being that fresh, unless there was something in their contracts that made it so that they had to do that. But they did film right after all this happened, and Kristen actually said on her Instagram that she heard that Tom and Raquel shared a kiss, an on-screen kiss. And if that happens, I'm gonna pick my TV up and throw it out the window. Now, Tom has issued another statement because people weren't happy with this first one, where he's apologizing to Ariana, and the apology is a lot better, but also a little too late. Like, you released it now that people were upset about what you chose to say the first time. You're trying to cover your tracks, okay? I've also heard that apparently Raquel is going to try and spin this in her PR that she's like a victim because she wants to save face before anything. Like, she wants to just make sure that the public doesn't hate her. I mean, that's not really gonna fly. So that whole thing's happening. And then this is the reason why Raquel's apology, in my personal opinion, is one of the worst ones that I've ever seen. You need to think about the context here. She's been the other woman in an affair on somebody that was one of her close friends that she said out of her own mouth had been there for her. She didn't post her apology on her Instagram. She sold it. She sold her apology statement to Entertainment Tonight. So the people who posted her apology was E.T. She literally sold her apology. The reason why that's awful is she profited off of this cheating scandal that she was a part of. She just made money, probably a lot of money, off of apologizing. That is the most void apology that I've ever seen, like null and void. It might as well not even exist that she put that out there because of that. How dare you do what you did to her and then go and make money off of your public apology that also, might I add, starts with her saying she's not the victim, but then as you continue reading, proceeds to talk about how she's the victim. I don't believe in sending death threats. I think that stuff's horrible. You shouldn't do that. But when you're a public figure and you do awful things that hurt other people, she said herself, let me play this clip back for you guys, that she didn't care what anybody thought anymore and was just doing her. When you live your life like that, you're gonna piss people off. And once you piss people off for being selfish, you don't get to play the victim card right after. You just don't. I'm horrified. I think this is so awful. I feel so terrible for Ariana. You know, I don't know. You guys are gonna have to let me know what your thoughts are down below. These people need some serious reality checks, and maybe this was that for them. But I think that what they chose to do was awful. They didn't think about anybody else but themselves, and now they're gonna have to deal with the repercussions of that. Leave me your comments down below if you guys would like updates on this. I'll definitely give them to you because I'm all into this Vanderpump Rules stuff. I'm so mad. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you guys would like to go over to my other channel, make sure you guys subscribe or follow me on my new Twitter, and I also have a P.O. box which will be linked down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you guys soon for another video.